And welcome to the Otherworld Booksplosion live show and end of the year superlatives. What that means is that we're going to be discussing Otherworld for the first half an hour today. And the second half an hour, we're going to talk about all the books that we read this year and do like superlatives, favorite this, favorite that, all that jazz. We're going to be taking questions this whole time using the hashtag BOOKSPLOSION2017. Nice and easy. This month we were working with Random House. I'm Christine.
I'm Jesse.
And I'm Kat.
And we're BOOKSPLOSION. This month we read Otherworld with you guys. Jesse, kick us off with your Otherworld thoughts.
All right, I will kick us off. So, I was really excited about this book because I love this concept. I love the video game virtual world, virtual reality concept. I am nervous that young adult is starting to get oversaturated with this kind of concept, but overall, I really enjoyed this book. I love the setting. I love the characters. I wanted a little bit more from the characters, but I liked how realistic our main character was. I really enjoyed his perspective, and yeah, overall, really enjoyed it. A+. Kat.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you just said. I also love books that play around with this concept of virtual reality and other worlds and stuff like that. For me, it was reminiscent a little bit of Ready Player One and Sword Art Online. If you guys are familiar with that, that's an anime. Just because it had that kind of it's very close to our current contemporary world with just this little bit of sci-fi. This is the future we could have, guys. I'm just waiting for this to happen. So yeah, I love the world. I loved our adventure. The characters were super fun. I just had a really great time reading this book.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it too. I listened to the audiobook, which was Jason Segel, and he was great. At first, I was really annoyed because the main character is kind of an asshole. But he's an asshole.
He is.
He's flawed. But it's really interesting to read from his perspective and watch him evolve, and kind of discover things throughout the book. And yeah, I love this concept too. Westworld is my favorite thing ever. And it was kind of reminiscent of, I haven't read Ready Player One, but yeah, but Warcross, and there are a lot of virtual reality, just concept stuff coming up in pop culture right now. Yeah. And it's always super interesting, and I really like the characters that he kind of meets along the way. I love Carol, yeah, she was my favorite, and I like how I just like how flawed a lot of the characters are. There are a lot of interesting, really messed up people in this book. And it has potential to delve into that more, a lot with his parents and stuff. Kind of we just see the surface level of what's going on there. And
we're so used to kind of seeing in YA these characters who are very moral and just and you're just wholesome good people. So it was really different to see a character who's yeah, he's kind of a dick, and his family is really has all sorts of issues and problems. And
yeah, it's jarring because in a world where yeah, like you said, there are so many wholesome main characters. He's not a protagonist that you're always rooting for. He's
you watch him do some things and you're what are you doing, ass?
Not politically correct. He's a jerk. He does some really shitty stuff, but he's the eyes that we see the story through, and it's really interesting.
Overall, he does still have good intentions.
Yeah, he has good intentions. Yeah, he's got a messed up parent.
He's an anti-hero, kind of.
Yeah, he almost is an anti-hero. Yeah, I mean, that's all we really want to say without spoilers. Do we want to, if you guys are here and you haven't read it, I think you probably got it through what we were saying, what it is, but Otherworld is this virtual reality game, and it's made out to be just a game. It's something more sinister going on.
The main character's best friend, it's hard to explain this without delving into it. She essentially goes missing, and her disappearance is connected to the game, and so he has to go inside of it to try to figure out what is going on, why she disappeared, what happened to her, kind of.
Yeah. So again, we're going to go into spoilers for Otherworld until 4:30. So if you're here and you haven't read it, you can come back at 4:30. We're going
to do the jump into the past.
Where we jump into all the other stuff we've read and talking about just in general our feelings on this year. But right now we're going to go into spoilers. So come back if you can't listen. We'll see you at 4:30. Do you have any questions?
I have a question pulled up, actually. This one's more for Christine, because I think she's the only one that's read Warcross. This question comes from Pamela, and she asks, would you rather play Otherworld or Warcross?
Oh my god, definitely Warcross. Otherworld is like scary for me.
Otherworld, if you're a headset player.
I still would rather play Warcross because I don't like just living in the virtual reality. I like having a specific like thing that I need to do, and I like working on a team because Warcross is like a team effort and it's like capture the flag. So everyone has a job to do and accomplish. And like Otherworld, you're kind of just like escaping this world and like living in one. And that concept kind of scares me because you can get lost in that.
It's like a second life type thing.
Yeah, that's like why I don't like video games that much that are like first person player, because like I just find like, what is my objective here? Like why am I here?
That's so funny because I haven't played Warcross, but like I know the general gist and the differences and stuff. I would choose Otherworld.
Really?
I love that. You guys know how many hours I've put into like World of Warcraft?
Yeah. Okay, this question comes from Ashley, and she asks, would you play a game in which you would need to hook your body to IVs to stay alive?
No fucking way. Oh. Would you guys?
I would not. No, I would never, ever. The thought terrifies me, honestly. Kat's like questioning it over there.
I would be interested in giving it a try. I don't. Yeah, I would try it.
Maybe if I like heard like amazing reviews about the game.
I wouldn't want to be like kidnapped and put into this beta program like the characters were, like against my will. But if it was like a thing where I could choose, and I would like to see how immersive that I would want to experience it.
Right.
No.
Okay.
I'd go for it.
Trust anybody with my body like unconscious like in a game. What if it's like so scary, the fact that like he can't get out of it unless somebody assists him. And like that's horrifying. I don't like needles in the first place. Like I don't want that to be.
Yeah, well the thing is I feel like the getting out of the virtual reality, how you need assistance to do that, I feel like that's more plot device than like how it would actually go down. Because like no one would actually want to like do that if you had to rely on someone else. Like just creating the technology, like you would have some kind of fail-safe backup method or something. Like it's a similar thing in Sword Art Online, right?
Yeah.
Where like you can't get out. Like that just
they're trapped in the game and they can't get out.
That feels like something in fiction, but not if this technology were real,
Yeah, exactly. We have a question from Renee, and she asks, what were your thoughts on the relationship between Simon and Kat in Otherworld?
I feel like we didn't really get to see it much because we spent most of the book. I mean, we did like go back and like have flashbacks of them and stuff, but most of it was just like, through his eyes, like what he feels about the relationship and not like actually their back and forth. What about you guys?
Yeah, their relationship was one of the weaker parts of the book for me, just because we didn't get to see a lot of them together. But I loved when we got them together at the end, because then we did get to see some of their banter, and I was like, oh, she really is like his best friend, because like we hear him talk about it so much, like she's my best friend, she's my one person in the world, but we didn't get to see that a lot. So
yeah, for a while it just felt like very one-sided because we're only seeing Simon's side of the relationship until we like
know that she is like reciprocates those feelings because he doesn't know that.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah. I'm glad she did though. Like it made it like okay at the end when What?
Proud Book Lion asks, which one of the realms would you think you'd be in?
You'd be in?
Um,
None of them sounded that great to me. I mean, like, that hotel with the food was nice for a second until we realized it was like a hell hotel. So, like,
Do you guys think that, are they connected to the 7 deadly sins?
maybe
Ooh.
there's the
I saw that we had the one that was it was like greed, where it was just about obtaining wealth and like what are you going to do with that, and then there was the anger one where they were just all killing each other, and then like the hotel one with the food could be like gluttony maybe.
yeah.
I feel like that is kind of maybe.
I didn't even make that connection, but that's really smart.
Yeah, definitely.
I would agree with that. Just
Renee says, what would your choice weapon be to use in Otherworld? Like, it's tough because I don't know how to use a weapon yet. So, like,
right.
that. Like, I always wanted a katana, like what's her name in The Walking Dead, with Michonne. She looks so cool with her katana.
Can I just have a wand?
No.
Why not?
It's not a weapon. Oh wait, actually,
It is a weapon.
No, remember you can choose like a weapon or a tool because
an invisibility cloak.
Yeah, we have an invisibility cloak. We have the fire ability. Like you can't. Okay, I'll give you a wand. You can have a wand.
Okay, thanks, Kat.
No, but a wand is not.
You can have a wand that does one specific thing.
It does one thing. Yeah,
one thing.
Like, what is your wand gonna do? Stupefy?
No, it's gonna Avada Kedavra.
Why would you want to Avada Kedavra? You're just a murderer. Let your soul.
If they come for me, I'm just like, well, pow.
But it's just a game. It's fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Is it just a game?
I was really upset when some people died. And when I saw some people, I mean one person, I was like, how could they just kill Carol? Like, what?
Yeah. I mean, I liked that we lost people along the way, though, because, like, it made it for there to be, like, actual stakes and, like, people are actually going to die.
Did you guys call, like, the 14-year-old, less than 14-year-old, young kid playing thing? Because I did not see that, and I was like, oh.
No.
I didn't really think much about who they were. But, like, when he started questioning, like, who are you, I did think that, maybe it was a girl who, like, maybe, like, a tiny girl who, like, chose this big, like, ogre user character to play.
All of a sudden, it made sense that they were, like, so weird and, like, kind of, like, clueless and dumb. Because it was just, like, was not an adult. You're just picturing this being an adult, and it was, like, a child.
Right.
I'm glad he didn't die. I'm glad... I guess he had a real name mentioned, but I just know him as his ogre name, Gorog.
Wait, Kat, what was your weapon?
Oh, my weapon. I don't know. I want like 2 daggers, 2 short blades.
Can you pick 2 short blades?
Yeah, that's dual wielding. I'm using World of Warcraft logic here. I feel like I'm allowed to do this. Or I would want a bow and arrow to shoot from a distance, but I would want to know how to use the bow and arrow.
I like this question.
What is it?
Faye asks, which song from Reputation do you think best suits the vibe of Otherworld?
Ooh.
And let me just look at my track list here.
Love made me crazy. That one.
I did something bad.
Yeah, I like that one for it.
He didn't really do anything bad to like instigate this though.
Yeah.
But like he did murder a bunch of people because love.
I think look what you made me do.
Yeah, that would work.
Or maybe like this is why we can't have nice things.
Nice things would be funny too.
Yeah, they would all like work at a certain like angle. You'd have to like yeah. Who do you think the Clayman was? We know who the Clayman was.
But did you think it was someone else before?
Did you think
I thought it was Milo.
Yeah, I mean like
yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't like really speculating because I didn't really care. but it did surprise me that it was what's her name? What's her name?
Basura? Basura?
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it. You listen to the audiobook.
It was something like that. It was Basara or something. Yeah, that surprised me. She like kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, like I know she was weird and like videoing them in the beginning.
Yeah, I was suspicious of her. Like I thought she was connected in some way, but I didn't think that she was the claymate. Like I didn't see her connection in how it played out there.
Because they didn't really reveal any of that.
Yeah, but yeah, I totally thought it was Milo. I thought that like Milo had been like trapped in the game somehow, and like the people were trying to like control his company away from him, which is kind of what was happening. But like I thought Milo was on their side, not going to be like the big bad.
He's also an asshole, Milo. Like everyone was. Okay. Let's see here.
Let's see.
We're taking questions. If you just got here, we're taking questions on Twitter using the hashtag BOOKSPLOSION2017. Maybe I should open up a chat and see if anything's going on there because I don't.
Pamela asks, "What Hogwarts house would you put Simon in?"
Oh, definitely. He might be a Slytherin.
I don't feel like has enough like self-preservation to be Slytherin. Like
I think he's in love, so that's why he's.
I feel a more Gryffindor thing, just how he puts himself out there more.
Yeah.
I don't feel that.
I'm thinking more specifically in the beginning, where like he didn't care that the other kids were like making fun. Like he was like sunbathing out in like a Speedo on the lawn, like just trying to get attention.
But you know, a Gryffindor wouldn't do what he did. Like when it came to like killing people. Like he wouldn't be like, yes, killing people.
Yes, he was. That's a totally Gryffindor thing.
No, and also he wouldn't be like, well, guess what? I'm gonna blackmail you if you make fun of her. The Gryffindor would just stand up to them and be like, go away, bully.
I don't know. I think he's like Slytherin Gryffindor. Like I feel like he's a morally ambiguous Gryffindor.
That's a Slytherin though.
Slytherins aren't brave. That's the thing. Like a Slytherin would rather not get involved in this stuff. Like he took way too many risks.
I think they can be brave if it involves something that like makes them happy. Like that's selfish kind of in a way. Like he wants Kat because he's in love with her. Like he's not just doing this for his own just to save somebody. He's doing this because this is the girl he loves, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like he's a good Slytherin. He's like a good-hearted Slytherin. That's what he is.
I don't see it.
He's too like not mean. What is the word? Conniving in a way. Like he has a dark side.
But he's not. He doesn't think through stuff. He just leaves his body in a factory.
Well, that's why Slytherins and Gryffindors are really close. Like usually you're a Slytherin or Gryffindor, or you're like a Ravenclaw puff.
I don't know. I'm a Slytherin Ravenclaw.
Everyone has like a close second, and I think his close second is Gryffindor.
I think it's the other way around.
I think Kat is a Gryffindor.
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah, I would say that.
And I think Basara, damn it, what's her name? Basara. Basara. I think Basara is a Ravenclaw.
Yes, I'll agree with those.
At first, I thought you were saying
me.
Yeah, as a Gryffindor, I was like, what?
I think Carol. I think Carol is a really brave puff.
Yeah, I can see that.
She is. So I was like really suspicious of her for a little bit, and then like she gained my trust when she, like toward the end.
I was suspicious of all of them, the whole group that he like came across. I was like, you're gonna die now.
I wasn't suspicious of Gorg because he just seemed too dumb.
Yeah, Dumbo.
I guess he could have been playing dumb. Let's see. Fiance says, Facebook World says, do you think Otherworld would be better as a film? I could see it as a film, but I think I like it better as a book.
I
Film deal, honestly.
I might like it better as a film.
Really?
I mean, obviously it would depend on so many things, but I do feel like there's so much like potential for cool visuals here.
Well, I think those cool visuals would look so much like a video game that it would end up like kind of messing up the whole.
No, it would look real. It doesn't look like a video game. It's real.
Yeah, I know, but would they make it look real or like a video game?
Yeah.
I don't know. All the backgrounds in movies are CGI these days. They just film everything in front of green screens and add like generic New York City backgrounds.
I know, but it looks good, and this would be like.
What can do it for that?
No, but they have to have like not cartoon animals, but you know what I mean. Like they'd have to have all these different creatures, and then
for the children and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think our CGI technology is good enough at this point that it would come off well. But I don't know, it depends on who does it. It depends on who takes the book and turns it into a decent movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It depends also like how risky they're willing to go with the rating, because this is like not, it's at least PG-13. Like it's not like a children's book.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And like there's a lot of killing, and like there's cannibalism, and like if they did like
cannibalism, yeah.
So that also plays around with that.
Yeah.
What did you guys? I lost the question.
What are you expecting for book 2? And I got Stranger Things vibes. Am I weird because of that? Says Proud Book Lion.
I didn't get Stranger Things vibes.
Really?
Did you?
I haven't watched Stranger Things.
It's an older kid, and he's got this like troubled kind of like. He threatens his mother. He blackmails his mother. Like he is not a Gryffindor. The first thing he thinks,
still stuck on this, Christine.
Gryffindors aren't necessarily like moral.
It's
not like Slytherin are the only ones
moral.
No, they're not. A lot of them are, and that's how they get like their.
Well, no, but okay, listen to this though. The first thing you think when you find out that your grandfather or your mom had a nose job or your grandfather was like a mobster is, I can use this to torture my mom. Like that is an evil thought. Like that was dark. I was like, oh my God. Like she's like, destroy her with this nose. Like,
I feel like that's more exaggeration than like anything. Also, from what we see of his family relationship, like it's very messed up and complicated.
Yeah, he's got a messed up family life. Let's see. Who would you cast? Well, I pictured Simon as a young Jason Segel because of the whole nose situation.
It's kind of hard not to.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch him in Freaks and Geeks?
No, but I watched him in How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, well, okay. I'm just saying, like, he was like 18 when they filmed Freaks and Geeks, and he looks like he's 30.
You just started watching that or rewatching that, right?
Yeah, I'm watching it for the first time.
Well, he was like in his late 20s, early to mid 30s with How I Met Your Mother, I think.
Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah.
Anyways, the question was, what do we hope is going to happen in book 2, or what are we going to see in book 2?
I mean, we have to take down the stepfather.
Yeah.
Wait, was he shot to death? No, he was still alive. He was shot, but
I'm excited to see Elvis, Simon's hacker roommate, who's like actually good at hacking because Simon isn't.
Yeah, that was interesting because like he makes it out to be like he's the hacker, but really he's got just a behind the scenes guy.
Also, I want to know more about the stepdad and like, did he marry into this family with intentions? Like, was he targeting the family, or did he just end up marrying into this family? And then like the stepdaughter, like he just had to get rid of her. But it sounds like he made the her mom like check herself into a mental hospital so that he had like full rights. Like something is going on, and I want to know if her family was targeted for a reason, or if he's just like a dick who got involved with them, and like they're just like casualties.
Yeah, the whole thing is really sketchy with her, with the stepdad, and why wouldn't he let? What did he have against? Oh my God, what's his name? Simon.
Simon.
It's because Simon. All he knew about Simon before he moved back was that this kid got arrested for hacking, and now it's illegal for him to like be on any computer or social media. And also, he sent a $3,000 virtual reality kit to Kat.
Yeah, but even before that, like when he tried to contact Kat, like he was like, "No, you can't see her. No, they're not here. No," like he was just so controlling about it. It's like, why can't he just talk to her? Like, what is the big deal? It's just like,
yeah, it made it more suspicious and like only made Simon more determined to like find answers.
Yeah,
definitely.
We can take at least one more question here with
Let's see.
Ashley agrees that Simon's a Slytherin.
I just saw that.
Okay. You're entitled to your wrong opinion. It's fine.
What did you think of the children?
Super creepy.
Yeah.
All really creepy.
It reminded me of the chimeras from Full Metal Alchemist. I got so many anime vibes from this book.
Yeah, would you ever play Otherworld if you got the chance? No, that's a hard pass from me.
What is the heck?
Hard pass.
Somebody's echoing.
Is it me? It's Christine.
Christine.
No, I'm afraid I won't be able to get back in.
Can you refresh?
No, there's no refresh button on this stupid thing.
What's the shortcut, Kat?
She's gone. It's too late.
I saw you like thinking about it. I was
like, what is the shortcut?
You're back.
You're back.
Okay. I don't know why I'm echoing if I'm paying for the top internet. Jesus Louise! Spectrum.
I don't think it's an internet thing. I think it's a Google Hangout thing.
Oh. I hate that. Okay. Well, let's see. Do we have any more questions Otherworld related?
Let's
see. Well, who would you cast as Kat?
For a movie adaptation?
And Carol.
Okay, because she had like
Carol, I could picture wait, why are you on mute?
Am I on mute?
I can't hear Kat. Jesse,
she's not
talk.
muted.
I can't hear you either. You're both muted.
Oh no.
Am I muted?
It's
Wait,
you.
I don't understand what's going on.
It's you.
Is it me, or can the audience hear you? Somebody tweet. Who can you hear?
You.
He's gone.
Just sleeps. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's definitely her.
It's gotta be her.
Gotta be her.
I just couldn't help but picture you as Kat.
Really?
When I was reading it, yeah, because I mean it's your name, so I'm just like it's Kat.
I was picturing Kat McNamara.
Okay.
Because of the name and also like the hair color, like I can see that matching. Also, the Kat and Simon thing kept making me think of like City of But like Kat and Simon, the actress name, and yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, gotcha.
I don't know who I would cast for the other people though.
Yeah, I don't know either. And also because it was like their avatars or whatever.
Yeah. So they
like,
didn't necessarily look the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not good at the fan casting thing. Like,
I'm not either. I always like usually make up my own.
Yeah,
what they look like in my head, but use my imagination.
That's what it's there for.
Oh, is she back?
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
See, this is the thing. When I lose consciousness here, Like I'm on an incognito thing because this won't work on my Firefox, and like so I have to go out, log into freaking YouTube again, and then get onto this, and I have to do the verification code.
Oh,
Anyway,
struggle.
hi guys, I'm back.
Yay! Okay, just in time for us to wrap up Otherworld.
Okay, so last thoughts on Otherworld. I think this is a solid like 4.25 stars from me.
Yeah, I gave it a 4.5.
Yeah, I'd give it 4.5.
Nice, nice. And let's go into our end of the year superlatives. Welcome to the second half of our Booksplosion live show, where we're going to be discussing our book superlatives. If you have any like book superlatives that you'd like us to like name, please tweet it at us like best dressed book that we read this year, or like most popular, or like least most underrated. Like anything that I think, anything that you think of, go ahead and tweet us using the hashtag Booksplosion2017, and we shall be answering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we tweet about that?
I just tweeted about it.
Yeah, maybe tweet out that we're done with spoilers and it's open.
Because I already somebody else. Good. Oh, you've got it. Jesse's got it. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Do we want to just like start off by ranking?
Yeah, let's.
Like favorite.
Do we want to start
favorite
with a rank or end with a rank?
I think we should start with like our favorite one that we all like. Each of our favorites that we read this year, maybe.
Okay.
Top 3.
Top 3.
Top 3.
Okay.
Great. Okay. Who has theirs already?
I thought I had mine, but then I was looked at them and
I think I've got mine. I think I've got it.
Okay.
Okay. So we've got Little Monsters, which I really enjoyed, by
Cara Thomas.
Cara Thomas. Oh my god, I was going to say Rachel McAdams. And I was like, what? By Cara Thomas, which I loved. And then second, I'm going to say Crooked Kingdom, by Lee Bardugo. And then my favorite, I think, is Geekerella by Ashley Poston, is fantastic.
Okay. Oh, this is hard.
Yeah, this is really
I have a top 4. Do I have to do 3?
Yeah, pick 3. Be brutal.
Okay. So my top favorite of the year is Geekerella.
Why did you start with top favorites?
Because I wanted to. Because I'm unique.
Building suspense.
I am unique. I'm different. I'm quirky. Then
I just picked that one, so it's the same.
you picked first. That's not fair. My second is Crooked Kingdom. And then my third, I'm changing it up. A Short History of the Girl Next Door. Oh, look at me go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So my number 2 book of the year. No, okay, my favorite, our tops are so similar. My favorite, I'm gonna go with Crooked Kingdom.
Nice.
And then number 2 is Geekerella.
Nice.
For number 3, it's hard. I don't like this. But I am gonna say Magnus. Because I love Magnus.
Interesting. Guys, tweet us what your favorites were.
Yeah.
You have to only pick 3 though, and you have to remember them and have 1, 2, and 3.
Don't you want them to start with the 3rd one to build suspense? Dramatic tension.
Guys, what was your least favorite of the pack that we had this year?
Oh, that's so hard. You know, I have like a tie between 2.
Me too. What is yours?
Okay, mine is the tie between The Bone Season and The Golden Compass.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, I still really liked those books.
Yeah.
But I didn't like die hard love them. So
Mine is a tie between.
Interesting.
Sorry. Okay, mine is a tie between The Golden Compass and The Edge of Everything.
Oh.
Mm.
Kitten, what about you?
I would say probably Windfall.
Oh, maybe because you didn't do the audiobook.
Yeah, I am. But yeah, I loved Golden Compass. Oh my gosh.
Like
Just because it's my least favorite doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Obviously.
I liked like the idea. I just like it was the writing that kind of slowed it down. I think that's why.
Yeah. Mine was like the pacing, and it felt like it never ended. Like I kept thinking that I was getting to the ending, and I was like, nope, because I was listening to the audiobook, and I was just like, are you kidding? Come on. It just like
Neither of
lasted
you
forever.
read it before, right? It was a reread for me, so that might be part of it.
I had read. It was a reread for me.
You had read it, and you didn't like it.
Wait, Kat, did you give us yours?
Yeah, Windfall is my.
Oh, yeah, you just had one. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay, what is your best dressed book of 2017 Booksplosion here?
Best dress. So what are we doing? Like best cover?
Yeah, that's what best dressed means. Come on, get with it. That's his jacket.
No, the best like undercover, the hardback.
What about the best naked book?
I think I'd have to give best dressed to Geekarella as well.
Yeah, dang, I think you're right.
Because it matches Kat's dress. That was really great.
You see,
the Geekarella cover it's like so well done. It fits the book so well because like it was illustrated like to be exactly from the book. Yeah. Like Work just puts a lot of effort into their book. It's just a nice quality book. It feels good. It looks good. Yeah, Geekarella.
it's not my favorite.
Oh.
Well, carry on then. Tell us.
I think honorable.
Well, my favorite is Crooked Kingdom by Miss Lee Bardugo.
That is a great one too. I think honorable mention Wayfarer does have a great cover as well.
Yeah. I like the Wayfarer font a lot.
Yeah, that's what really catches your eye on that cover.
Yeah.
Let's see, we've got 11 new results. Oh, okay. What do you think was the best sequel to the series? Oh, yeah, best series sequel that
we read
a bunch. We read 3.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there's Wayfarer.
Yeah.
Crooked
Kingdom and Magnus.
I gotta say Crooked Kingdom.
Yeah. It's gotta be Crooked Kingdom.
Yeah. But Wayfarer's like right next to that because I really liked Wayfarer a lot. So
they were all the sequels. Actually, those were all finales that we read. They weren't just sequels.
Oh, yeah.
They were all finales. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we read some great finales this year, which is nice because finales sometimes aren't great.
I think Crooked Kingdom really blew everything out of the water. Like I think we've already discussed this. I wasn't a huge fan of the third Magnus Chase book. So Crooked Kingdom though was like such a good finale. Like Wayfarer was great, but Crooked Kingdom was like amazing. You know, like it had that like next level.
I think duologies do have a nice advantage there because they only have the buildup of one book. It's just like the first half and the second half. There's not like more buildup to have you be disappointed or to have it feel like it was dragged out. Like it's just like bam, bam, there you go.
Yeah.
I like this one.
Go ahead.
Most thrilling book of 2017.
Ooh, most thrilling. Little Monsters.
Monsters, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I remember just sitting there with the audio being like, oh my God, what the hell is happening? It was so good. Like, what a great audiobook too. And
also, I think Crooked Kingdom was also very close to that in the thrilling department.
Yeah, it's definitely a really close second. Crooked Kingdom just had more to it than the thrillingness, so it really, like, Little Monsters really highlights the thriller aspect, I think.
Yeah, totally.
We got some favorites coming in. Ashley says her favorites were Little Monsters, A Short History, and Geekarella.
Nice.
Renee says hers were Windfall, Geekarella, and Short History. So got some overlap. A lot of people like History and Geekarella, which is really cool because we like those a lot too. Let's see. Oh, Most Poetic Writing Award.
Ooh. I'm gonna have to say Wayfarer because I feel like Alex sometimes has a really poetic like writing style.
Not very flourishy writing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the other ones. Yeah.
Most poetic, it probably would be Wayfarer, but I really love Lee Bardugo's writing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily like poetic, but it is like beautiful and like striking. So
yeah, I agree. Let's see. Biggest plot twist. So that's also for me. I think give that one to, I don't know, Little Monsters, maybe.
Yeah, it's gotta. Yeah, I want to say Little Monsters too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the most unexpected. I mean, Crooked Kingdom had some good stuff, but like, I think I was most shocked by Little Monsters.
Yeah.
What a great book! Like, what a great.
Seriously.
I didn't know it was gonna be great, and it was great.
I know we all had like really low expectations for that one.
Yeah, because just because the name Little Monsters just doesn't strike you as it's gonna be like.
We don't read a lot of like non-fantasy thrillers, so we were like, what is this gonna be about?
I haven't read Cara Thomas before, so I didn't know what to expect.
I'm like, after Little Monsters, I'm like super excited to read more by Cara Thomas.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. What is we didn't talk about our January book of the month yet. I don't know if we should say that for the end.
Oh, I haven't.
Let's save it for the end.
We'll save it. If you're just joining us now, we're doing superlatives, and you can tweet us like a superlative that you want us to like answer the question for. Using the hashtag BOOKSPLOSION2017. Pamela says her favorites were Crooked Kingdom, Wayfarer, and Geekerella. Nice. Everyone got Geekerella in there. It was great.
Yeah. Book with the best cast of characters.
Ooh.
Yeah. I think Crooked Kingdom.
I was
Crooked, but I want to say Magnus.
It's either Crooked or Magnus.
I'm saying Crooked.
I'm saying Crooked too. I'm too much. I love those characters.
I'm saying Magnus. Because I love our Magnus character.
I love those characters, but I was just so disappointed by the ending that it's hard to pick.
Yeah, it's hard to pick it because I did not like the end. Let's see. We got 5 new results. Okay. Which book had the best world building?
Ooh.
Crooked Kingdom.
Well, I don't know. Bone Season had a really.
Oh yeah.
Really interesting.
Bone Season had an interesting world, but I didn't love the way it was built up. Personally.
I did. I remember liking the world, the whole magic system was one of my favorite
was just
parts.
So confused by it. Like I felt dumb reading it because I was like, none of this is clicking for me.
It was one of those that I think it takes a little bit to click.
Yeah, there's a learning curve for that book for sure.
I think once you read like book 2, you'll really fall into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Crooked Kingdom obviously is fantastic, but we got to take into consideration that it's the second book, not the first.
Yeah, exactly. So the world's already built up.
Already kind of.
I mean, I think of it more, not even the fantasy aspects though, but just how like Ketterdam was almost a character in the book. Like it was so rich, you know? Yeah. It wasn't even about like the magic. It's just like the atmosphere of the city, like you felt it.
Yeah, I mean, like overall, like Lee's world that she's built is so fantastic. Like it really, like I'm reading Crooked Kingdom, it all just kind of like clicked together too. I feel like it just like I saw everything. Like I was just like, wow, she's done. Like, and then I read the other series right after it. You guys had already read it, so you already had that. But like, it was just that there's so much depth in this world, and there's so many different stories that I want to see. Like, it's not like I'd be disappointed to read any other story in that world. Like some people want like this character's story, but I'd be like, I don't care if it's a new character in like some other country there. Like, just give it to me.
We're getting a Nikolai duology. I'm so excited for that.
Somebody, let's see. Ashley asked best audiobook.
Oh, which ones did I audio?
I audiobooked most of these, so let me see. Like,
I did not audiobook most of these, but I loved the Crooked Kingdom audiobook. I thought that was fantastic.
Oh my god, that was so good.
Also, Golden Compass had an excellent audiobook.
Yeah, but the actual
wasn't
as good.
Yeah, I liked the full cast of characters for that one.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I think I'd have to give it to Crooked Kingdom, first place. What a great audiobook. And then second, I'd say Little Monsters. Third, I'd give to Otherworld. Like, that was a good audiobook. Jason Segel.
Jason's? Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say Jason Segel was great for that audiobook.
Good job, like, just making it really easy to listen and feel and be in the story without, like, having to concentrate at all. Like, sometimes there are audiobook people who, like, kind of get bland just with the way that they're doing the story, and you have to really concentrate to, like, stay in. But he does, like, really good voices for everyone, and no one has, like, a weird voice that I thought was, like, super, like, not good for the character.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think it helps that, like, he's, A, an actor, but B, he also, like, wrote the book, so it's like...
Yeah,
he knew what he wanted out of it.
Tone and like how he wanted it to sound.
Yeah, like the Bone Season audiobook was one of those that I could go in and out of. Like sometimes I had to have the book in front of me. I think that's also because it had so much world building, so you had to like have the book so you could like don't get confused.
Yeah.
But Little Monsters was also great.
Now, Jesse, I have a question for you.
Yes.
You've read other books by Jason Segel and Kristen Miller. How did those rank?
Yeah.
Well, I've only read one other book by them, and that was.
Yeah. How do they compare, like tone-wise? Like,
well, because
like different authors, there's so many different books.
Yeah. So this one felt more like PG-13, whereas Nightmares definitely had more of a like middle grade feel to it.
Yeah.
So, and they're also like two very completely different stories.
Yeah.
So.
Guys, I really like this one. Pamela says best title. So like what title do you like the best of all the ones that we read this year?
Ooh.
I think I don't want to say Geekerella again.
I was leaning for Geekerella, but I think I'm gonna say The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding. I like that.
Gosh, but I really want to say Geekerella because I really just like that. I think that's such a great, because we haven't heard it before and it's like really catches your attention. Yeah. It plays really well in the original name. Jesse, you have one?
I kind of like Windfall. I'm a fan of that title.
Okay. Yeah, I think that was
cool. Nice.
Yeah. That's as well as the book too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, best couple.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Geekerella.
No, I'm thinking about a Crooked Kingdom couple.
Yeah, I was thinking of a Crooked Kingdom couple because
I don't want to say it because spoilers. But.
Crooked Kingdom has spoilers.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna say that couple because I love that couple. So.
Like literally, like everyone. I'm just like Geekerella.
But the thing is, with Geekerella, I loved them individually, and I loved their flirting. But like, we didn't see a ton of them like being coupley together. You know,
but I was living for those text messages. Yeah. Let's see.
Best couple. Yeah.
Thoughts on Lord of Shadows. Oh, that wasn't a book of the month this year. Cassie wasn't our book. But so it doesn't get included this year in our superlatives. So last year, like all my answers were Lady Midnight.
Ooh, I like this one. Book you read the fastest.
Ooh, for me that had to be Geekerella.
You know, actually, for me, it's Geekerella as well because I picked. Do you guys remember this? Like, I read it super early for once. Yeah. I picked it up on a whim because the cover has a food truck that said vegan on it. And I was so excited because I was like, oh my God, is the main character vegan? She works at a vegan food truck. And I started reading it. And by the time I found out she wasn't vegan, I was already too hooked into the story. I read it all that night, like in one sitting.
Yeah, I mean, I read Little Monsters really fast too, now that I think about it.
I read books real fast.
I think I read A Short History of the Girl Next Door the fastest because I read it in one sitting. So
yeah, like see, it's hard to compare because like for Geekerella, I read that all with my eyes and I read it really fast. But like the audiobook, I read the audiobook for Little Monsters, so like I had it just on all day, and like even when I got up and like went out, I had it in my ears. So like, how does that count?
Yeah.
What took you the longest to read? God.
I think Crooked Kingdom took me the long. Actually, no, The Golden Compass. Oh my gosh. I think The Golden Compass just felt like it was never going to end.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my God. The Bone season. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Bone season. Although Golden Compass did take a while because that book is like dense and just slow. Like you can't fly through it, and like I love flying through books. So like that one, but probably Bone season. Just it was faster paced, but it was bigger, and there was so much world to understand, and I was confused for so long.
Yeah, there was just like a lot of hours devoted to reading the Bone season.
Yeah, but the Bone season, you couldn't like casually read it. Like you had to be like paying and like fully engaged in it to like follow it.
The day before that live show, I spent 6 hours on my bed with the audiobook in my ear and reading the actual book at the same time.
I remember you like boxing us about that. You're like, guys.
I had 11 hours left on the audiobook the day before. I was like, I gotta get through this 11 hours in one day. It's just like, in the last 6 hours, I was like, I'm down to the last 6. And usually that's like the majority of the audiobook, but it was so long, so.
Renee tweeted it. Can we just say now that Geekarella is the winner of the year? True.
Let's see. We have like 9 more minutes, so we can take some more. What's been your favorite BookTube moment of 2017? Like our BookSplosion moment?
Yeah, favorite BookSplosion moment?
Yeah, let's see. Oh, I really loved our stuff at BookCon. It was so much fun.
That was fun.
My favorite moment is the opening 3 seconds of Christine's collab where she slams her head into mine.
Is this real? Or are you just joking?
that was fun. Like the collabs in general.
That was fun. Slamming our heads into each other.
That was really funny. Like when I was watching your collab, I just laughed for like the first 3 minutes because of the intro.
Yeah. One of my favorite moments is actually one that like wasn't in front of anybody or anything, but when we spent like an hour doing improv at Christine's apartment before our event in California at Barnes & Noble, and it was just so much fun. So like you guys were like teaching me improv and I just like wasn't getting it, and it was just like ridiculous.
That was fun.
That whole trip was really fun. I loved when we got to see everything, and we were just like being like a bunch of like 5th graders on a class trip, like haggling in the corner in this like empty theater. That was really stupid.
That was stupid things. I can't even remember what we were laughing at.
Then I remember
camera batteries. They took our camera batteries.
They took our camera batteries.
Like what we were laughing about. Like, and then
a lot of things.
And the author came in and then we were like, oh, we have to be good now.
Yeah.
The
teacher's coming. Oh my goodness.
And then also we did our Book Street Boys that same way.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, and our 2 live shows that we got to do together this year. Those are really fun.
Yeah.
The Geekarella one was a really fun day.
To make Geekarella even more the book of the year. Our live show was just the best for Geekarella.
It was the live show! We were together for the live show, and that was the day. That was suck of the night. Like
that was like a stressful time though, because like you were coming home from Europe.
And the day of the live show, we were all flying in on the same day.
And I made it like within half an hour of the live show, and like, but it was so triumphant because of that. It was like, did it. Oh my god.
Good time. We need to announce our next book of the month.
Oh, yeah, let's get our. I have it.
I have it too.
Handy.
Okay. Do you want to announce both January and February, or just January?
I only have January right here. I'll announce January. You can do February.
Okay, I got February.
Okay. Okay, so our January book of the month. This is our January book, right? Okay.
Yeah.
January book of the month. It's Before I Let Go, and I'm really excited about because it's getting really great reviews, and I didn't get to read her other book.
This is where it ends.
This is where it ends. Yeah.
Like, I've heard amazing things about, like, it was on the New York Times bestseller list like almost all year last year. Like, I've heard really good stuff about what's her name? Marika Nijkamp, I think is how you say it.
Yeah.
Marika Nijkamp.
And guys, you know why I'm really excited about this book? It
Yeah.
takes place in Alaska, and I've never read a book that takes place in Alaska.
I thought it was
so exciting.
I haven't read much about it except for the good reviews because I didn't want to be spoiled. But like, I think it's like a thrillery.
Yeah, it's a thriller.
Drama. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it's like very icy, which is in theme with January.
Yeah. It's about. Can I say like a little bit about it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, it's about these two best friends, and one of them has to move away, and right before she comes back, she finds out that her best friend has been killed.
Oh my god.
And that's what the story is about. That's all I'm going to say.
Spoilers!
And it takes place in Alaska.
Jesse, have you read this book? Have you started this book? How do you know these things?
No, I did a most anticipated releases video, and it made the list, so. And then our Booksplosion book of the month for the month of February is Rain the Earth by A.C. Gauguin. I don't know how to say that. Woo! But this is also like a highly loved fantasy author, so that has me really excited for this book. She's written some other things that people like adore, so that's super exciting.
An author that we haven't read. We're starting off 2018 with 2 new to us authors.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really like that we do this though, because it forces you to like branch out and read new stuff. Because without Booksplosion books of the month, like I find myself like falling into my comfort zone and just like reading contemporaries and contemporaries.
Right.
So it should be a really great year. I think. Do we have a March ready?
No.
No, not yet.
Never mind. We'll announce March.
Before I Let Go comes out January 2nd, and then Rain the Earth comes out January 30th. So
good.
Be on the lookout. Pick up these books and join us.
Yeah.
Thank you guys all so much for joining us throughout the year of 2017. It's been a fantastic reading year, and we've had so much fun with you guys. Please tweet us like your favorite book of 2017 that you read with us, or like your favorite moment of booking, or whatever you have.
How many of the 12 Booksplosion books did you read along with us?
Yeah, that'd be really interesting. I feel like most people like picked and chose like, you know,
a couple here and there.
Yeah. So let us know. Yeah, with your favorite, be like, I read these ones. Yeah. Do you guys have any other words you want to say before we sign off?
I just want to say thank you guys for joining us. We love doing these, and we love like talking with you guys and meeting you guys in person, and we have so much fun together. And we love doing this. This
was our 3rd full year of Booksplosion.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that right?
No, it's 20. It was our 4th.
Fourth full year.
4th full year.
Yeah, this is our 4th full year.
It gets confusing because we started doing live shows in February.
Yeah, we started in February
14.
So.
But like, I think that's
enough. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a long time. It's like our 5-year anniversary coming up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's half a decade. Like, that's an accomplishment. The book has been running for almost 5 years, which is so cool. Because we like formed it at the end of 2013. Mm-hmm. So we just didn't like announce it yet. We had to like get ready.
Planning.
So yeah, once again, thank you guys so much for book clubbing with us and reading and discussing. Like, I love doing we love doing these live shows and like interacting with you in this way where we get to talk on Twitter and just like live. It's so fun.
More interaction.
Yeah. So we appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts, and we'll see you in 2018.
That's so future.